Hey people, it is Saturday, November the 11th, which is Remembrance Day in Canada. It's currently 3:27 in the afternoon and a chilly 3 degrees Celsius. And I'm looking at a view of downtown Toronto from the top of the Baldwin steps. I'm going to be heading down into the core of the city. Casa Loma is just right over there. I just completed a video walking to Casa Loma. So I thought I would just continue on as I walk back towards downtown. We'll take the steps down. That will take us down to Davenport Road, but I'll go down to DuPont along Spadina, and then I will make my way back to Davenport and eventually end somewhere around the Bloor-Yorkville neighborhood.
I guess this is a good spot to stay at.
And we made it down. Going down is always so much more pleasant than going up. Just jaunt across the street here while I still can. There's the steps. Casa Loma is perched up on top of this ridge that runs along Davenport Road. I see this area is referred to as DuPont by the Castle. There's the Toronto Archives over there. No doubt that would be an interesting place to sift through for hours and hours. You can see some of the towers of the Bloor-Yorkville neighborhood off in that direction. Get a good clear view of the one beside One Bloor East starting to really make an impact on the skyline now. It'll eventually be the tallest building in the area by far. Passing under the CP rail corridor. And here's DuPont Street right up ahead. And DuPont subway station. It's on line 1 on the University Spadina side of line 1. There's another entrance kitty corner. And looking south down Spadina Road, which eventually becomes Spadina Avenue.
The guy was punched? No, I only saw the back of the guy.
I see it's still referred to as DuPont by the Castle here. But I think just to the south of here and a bit further to the east is the Annex. And then further east than that is Yorkville. A cute little butcher shop there. When I was walking past this woman just a couple minutes ago, I just overheard her talking about somebody getting punched or something. And now I see there's a police officer talking to some people here and saying another cruiser is on the way. I wonder if that's connected to what the woman was talking about. It's a superette. Cannabis shop. For a second I thought it was something more interesting, but then I was like, oh, just another weed store. Wanted to get ahead of that guy. He's polluting the whole sidewalk air with his cigarette smoke coming right into my face. There's a look down St. George Street. So we're now passing by the Annex, which is just to the south of DuPont. But I guess on this side of DuPont, it's still called DuPont by the Castle. That's a local small grocery store chain. It's rather expensive though. so I don't usually go there. There's not one right downtown as far as I know anyway. There used to be one at the Atrium on Bay that I would occasionally go to. And here's where DuPont meets Davenport. So Davenport Road runs at an angle, sort of cutting across the irregular street grid. So we're heading sort of southeast currently on Davenport. Does have some cool views though of the Bloor-Yorkville skyline as you head southeast. Some of which is coming into view right now. And lots of these new mid-rise residential buildings have been popping up all along this part of Davenport and DuPont, many of which are rather upscale in nature. It's very nice designs. This is where we start to lose the view of the skyline, so I'm going to cross to the other side of DuPont at the lights up ahead. And then we get some of the view back again as we continue on the street. There's a nice shot looking straight towards the CN Tower down Bedford. Traffic here can be a bit hairy, so it's always a good idea to keep your wits about you. That guy just crossed the street to ride his bike on the sidewalk on the wrong side of the street, even though there is a bike path on the other side of the street, as well as this side, obviously, but he chose to do it in the most nonsensical way possible, I guess. It's a neat little residential building. This is quite the cute little park. Joseph Tuff Park. It doesn't look that tough to me, but I suppose I like it though. It's a charming little old building here. It looks old anyway. Sort of been surrounded by newer structures. 234 Davenport Road. I wonder what the history is of that building there. Avenue Diner since 1944.
I just see one.
It's closed right now. Maybe it's not open on Saturdays. But it seems to be open for business normally, just I suppose not right now. And a 35-story building proposed for this corner. I think this proposal has been here for at least 5 years and no movement yet. It includes the diner too. That would be a shame. And that's looking south down Avenue Road. So we're crossing from the annex to Yorkville now. This part of Davenport has a lot of galleries and sort of businesses catering to the wealthy. All these old townhomes, almost all entirely commercial now. What is down there? And a very expensive looking residential building. And that's Hazelton Avenue. That'll take you right down to the heart of Yorkville. You know you're in a upscale neighborhood when here's where we start to get that view of the Bloor-Yorkville skyline again. So come around the bend. See how Davenport just continues to wind its way through the area. The traffic never lets up here, that's for sure. Yorkville Convenience. I don't think I've ever noticed this little store before. The Four Seasons looks like it's the tallest building in the area from this angle, but it's actually not. One Bloor East is a good deal taller than that. And One Bloor West, which is under construction, will be a good deal taller than One Bloor East. And now here's where Davenport Road takes a bend straight east over to Yonge Street. And that's where it ends. On the other side of Yonge Street, it becomes Church. So the street continues, the name changes, which is a Toronto thing that I like to comment on every now and again. It looks like a fancy place to live. Right beside the Alfa Romero dealership and Maserati. I like this license plate. It says nice. Yonge Street is just a block over that way. But this is where Bay Street begins right here. It literally starts from this point south. Another new tower on the rise. I think that one will be around 41 stories or so, just shy of skyscraper height. But it will make an impact on the neighborhood for sure. Yeah, I don't know why I'm standing waiting for the light to change when there's not a sign of any cars coming here. Here's the Four Seasons Hotel that we saw from a distance, towering over everything. Another new addition to the neighborhood, getting ever taller there. That's looking into the heart of Yorkville, Yorkville Avenue.
think they stay here.
Ready? Cross this way. Ready? Let's cross. Let's go. Jump. Okay.
So many developments proposed all throughout this area. There's the Cumberland Terrace across the street. It's one time busy little shopping center, but it's pretty much like a dead mall now. It's been threatened with redevelopment for years. Maybe I'll head inside and we'll take a look to see how things are looking inside the poor old Cumberland Terrace, which has seen much better days. You can see this proposal, which is slated to replace the mall here with multiple tall towers. I don't even know if there's anything up on that level. Well, this is an interesting store. And you get a good view of the construction here. The land that this old mall sits on is so valuable. Well, there are businesses here, but not all of them seem to be open. It's like a hobby store. It's closed though. Closed at, it says 10 to 5 on Saturday. But it's not 5 o'clock yet. That's right, Yorkville in the 60s was a well-known hippie neighborhood. Sort of like the Haight-Ashbury of Canada. Those days are long gone. And this part of the mall is a ghost town. Well, the whole thing has been a ghost town, really. But it has a bank of working payphones. That'll take you out onto Yonge Street, but let's check out this section here. So that'll take you down to the mini path running underneath the Bloor-Yorkville area, mainly the Yonge and Bloor intersection. Looks like there used to be a way to get through here, which is no longer accessible. What's on the upper level though? Was it more retail or is it just offices? I think this used to be retail at one time. It is completely dead up here though. At least the first level had some functioning businesses. They don't even bother to turn on the lights up in this level. You get a good view of the construction pit across the street though. That will eventually be a over 60-story residential tower. Yeah, this is complete Deadsville. I think it'll take me back to where I entered actually. It's like 100% vacancy on the second level. Why turn on the escalators? There's nothing up there anyway. And that'll take you to Bay Subway Station. So that was it. That mall is deader than the shops at Aura. And here we are at Bay and Bloor. I'll just take us over to Yonge and Bloor, and maybe we'll wrap up the walk at one of the most iconic intersections in Canada, which is a bit of a work in progress right now with many construction projects surrounding the intersection.
It's very heavy.
There's Holt Renfrew. They really should do proper holiday windows here to compete with the Hudson's Bay store down at Yonge and Queen. I think this is a prime candidate for some awesome holiday windows right here. I mean, they do have a big teddy bear. But that would really liven up the neighborhood during the holiday season. I suppose this is somewhat festive here, but it's not really anything like what you see at the Hudson's Bay store. And here we are approaching Yonge and Bloor.
I didn't really do that earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start to wrap up this walk. So we made our way from the Baldwin steps, right beside Casa Loma, down to the Bloor-Yorkville neighborhood, checking out a dead mall, Cumberland Terrace Mall, and ending here at Yonge and Bloor itself. So leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel with a super thanks or by becoming a channel member. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.